Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Oracle Reiki Spiritual Healer. And today we are talking about a client edition where I have been helping a client remove certain magical markings from her yard, from her house, and from her car. So in many times in ancient spaces, in ancient times, there are certain markings that you can put on a person's house, or you can put in front of their house. You can put where they walk at. And these types of markings is supposed to, bring the person bad luck. So, this, my client, and she didn't want me to disclose her name. So, she said I could use her story, but not her name. So we have an understanding that when she showed me the pictures of what they were, and this is why we don't disclose everything, because the internet does not have this type of knowledge. When she showed me what they were an attack up on her health, up on her finances. Someone was outright trying to make sure that they unalived her, or someone in her family. Disaster would fall up on her. So we had to go and remove these types of spiritual rituals that someone had placed. We had to remove the spiritual symbols that someone had placed on her property, on her house, on her car. That means that they did not want her to see, they didn't want to see her prosper in any way. They didn't want her to have the house that she had, the relationship that she had, or the car that she had. And ultimately, if she didn't move out of the neighborhood, that they were going to try and unalive her. Okay, so we want to make sure that we are cleansing and we know what these types of things are. We just don't leave them there so that, you can continuously come in contact, or people can come in contact with these types of symbols. And so with my understanding of this type of situation, that there are many ways that a person can attack you with these types of symbols. So we do not want to have our family or friend. We want to get rid of those types of attacks up on us, up on our property, as soon as we recognize that we're having bad problems. Our health is declining. Our relationships is in chaos and turmoil. Our finances are in turmoil and disaster. So she was able to catch it in time. This client sent me the pictures of these markings on her house. She sent me, emails of markings on her house, markings on her car, and the same marking in her front yard on the concrete. So again, you have to have an understanding of how to remove these types of attacks upon people. You have to understand what you are looking at. There are not a lot of people, and she was able to call certain people. She was able to call 4 or 5 people that have been unable to remove these types of attacks up on her, and until she got to me, because she said that she was watching me online and she caught some of my videos last year, and I was talking about ancient symbols. So certainly there are ancient symbols that can heal a person, but there are also, where there's good, there's evil. There is ancient symbols that can harm a person. So we don't want to waste time when we are seeing these types of attacks up on our property, up on our health. That is a direct attack. That is a portal for demonic entities to enter into your home, for demonic entities to enter the property. for demonic entities to attack your car, to attack your life, for you to be in a state of loss, putting out fires in your life. Every time you turn around, there is something going wrong. So when people are using these types of ancient rituals in order to attack you, in order to, seek revenge. So this is what we understand what revenge is in this realm, as we can see it, that when people cannot have their way, when they cannot control you, when they cannot make you sway their way, they are going to attack you. When you have divorced someone, they are, trying to seek revenge on you. When you have broken off relationships, when you have told those family members, no, I'm not going to loan you any money, they're going to try to seek revenge on you. And in many cases, they will think that no one knows what these rituals are, that these markings that they have laid down as tricks. And this is a progressive method. This is a progressive attack. In many cases, this is a person that is experienced. And usually when you're dealing with these types of, when you're dealing with this type of, magical attack, sorcery, then you're dealing with Eastern stars. You're dealing with people who are in secret societies. And this is exactly what we were dealing with. Okay? So I had to, first send her some cleanses, a series of cleanses, in order to remove the symbols. And this is not something that you can just, take off. This is not something. So she had to end up taking the panels off of the siding of her house. We had to go and get some, and this is what I recommended, go and get some paint remover and things like that from Home Depot or from Lowe's. And we had to keep putting that down, and we had to remove that spot from in front of her house. We had to, it caused an ugly spot on her car, but we had to remove that paint from the car where someone had put that spot, those markings on her car, on the side of the house and in front of the house, in order to lay tricks for her, in order to, put her in a permanent state of lack, and ultimately unaliving, health problems and unaliving. So how I relate to this type of situation is because, I've had my neighbor, like I say, he sent a fish to me. There were other things that he was sending, black cats. And so when we are cleansing these types of attacks, these types of ancient rituals, these people who are experienced at being warlocks and witches, we want to make sure that we have a definite way in order to purify the situation. And sometimes that means when you see somebody where you see a spot on their car where all the paint has been removed, then many times someone has put some kind of symbol or attacked them with some ancient symbols in order to harm them, to harm their life, in order to keep them sick in a low vibrational state, or to destiny swap. They want their life. Okay, so this is how these types of ancient rituals will go forward. And like I say, I do not give those types of markings. I do not tell people what those markings are. The only thing that you can do is send me your pictures so that I can see what's going on in your life, and I can identify if it is an ancient symbol, an ancient Egyptian symbol, a voodoo symbol, or a Santeria symbol that is marked in your life, or there's markings on your house, on your car, in your yard. There are some people who get really, really creative, and they will put them in the dirt. They will put them in the dirt. And, you know, this is how we get rid of this. Like I say, I have been dealing with this for a long time. We will dig up that dirt. We will dig up that dirt that they were sending those types of portals to your property, to your life, to your house. It has to be removed. You cannot allow it to stay there. You, even if you clean it, unless it is the concrete, and you know, by it being outside, it's going to be purified by the rain, winter, snow, heat, all of those types of things. But we're going to go to Home Depot and get a cleanse for that, and go ahead and use our spiritual techniques, our spiritual cleanses, and remove those types of symbols from the concrete in front of your house, if it's by your mailbox. So these are the types of things that they do not have on the internet, online, and they're looking for, you know, the rituals or the ways that these types of markings are inserted on a person's life, because this is what they want to use as spiritual warfare. So if they do not have it, then we do not want to give it to them. There are only people who will reach out to me with this. Like I say, you can't reach out to me unless you have certain signs, unless there are certain things that are evident, that are signs in your life that you're under attack. So if you don't have these types of markings, then there's no need for me to discuss that with anyone. If you do not have pictures of those types of markings, and you know, and it has to be, you know, specific types of rituals. So I hope that you have received this message, that it must be a specific marking from a warlock or a witch. It has to be the ancient symbols, and there are only certain of us who know what they look like, what they are, and what they are meant to do in your life. And I hope that you reach out to me if you're having these types of problems in your life. Please book your one-on-one sessions with me so I can acclimate a gift to your situation. Book your life coaching session or your video chat session. Like, share, and subscribe to me. You can also donate to me. In the description below, I'm High Oracle, Reiki Spiritual Healer. Assalamu alaikum.